Hello there, Pastafarians. It's me, Pastafarian Mitch. Welcome to today's show. Today is Friday, which is, of course, the holy day for us Pastafarians. And so I'm doing our Friday show, and usually during the radio show, we have fun and sort of, energetic, jazzy music that we listen to. But here we're listening to the sounds of a river, because of it's free, I think. It won't get our shit fucking cancellated by the YouTube algorithm. I'm sitting here with my good friend, Josephine Lorel. Hello, Jo. How have you been? Thank you. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for joining us in Safe Word Studios on today, the 28th day of February. And this is one of those Februaries with 29 days, huh? Mm-hmm. How funny. So if a person were to be born on the leap year of 11 to 940, let's say, mm-hmm. they would only have experienced some 20 birthdays at this point. Yeah. What a strange old planet. It turns out you were born on. But anyway, more to the point. Welcome to today's show. Sorry for boring you out of comedy. It's there was a bit of comedy boredom there for you. If you didn't enjoy that, oh no, I definitely understand. You should skip ahead if you're watching this in the future to the part where the good stuff is happening. Because right now we got to do all this setup shit. We've got to do the top of the hour stuff. We've got to do so much work. So, but we are going to be doing a worship service and an invocation, and I'll be doing all of that because I am schizophrenic, and I am a Pastafarian street preacher and prophet, and I am the head of the cult here, the Pastafarian cult, the first Pastafarian cult of YouTube. So let's see here. Top of the hour, walk. We've got to do all this work. Okay. We're talking about the Patreon stuff now, so, yeah, sorry to get all fucking, this is the way you gotta do it on YouTube. You wanna take this stuff seriously. My dog's, sighing in the back, he's sick of this, Bones is all like, oh my god, more about this. But anyway, we got the placebo, right? If you send us a self-addressed stamped envelope, right, at the P.O. box below, then we'll send you out some placebo, right to your self-address there. For nothing, for free, right? Because you self-addressed it, and you self-stamped it, and then you just send it to me, and then I put it in there, and I send it back, right? Mm-hmm. But, you may want to wait on that because of Corona. We'll talk about that in a minute. But, yeah, so if you want some placebo, please do check the P.O. box below. And then, so that's the free sort of fan club there. You can just join Patreon as a friend, a free member, or an observer or something. And then you'll be eligible for that. You just give us that information there. And then at $5, we send you, or at $1, sorry, jumping ahead. And we've got to update our thing. We're gonna get our intern on that. We're going to pick one up at the college. Probably today. I'm going to go down there today. Maybe there'll be some interns waiting around at the college. Alright, so we got the placebo, check. That's $0. That's pretty low cost over there. Just running over the business side of this. Skip ahead, you know what I mean? Curtis Martin is here. Good noon. Hello there. Welcome to our Pastafarian worship services. Welcome to Friday. It is Friday, right? I haven't. Pardon me. I feel very weird about today because my all the stuff that I usually do on Friday happened yesterday, except for the religious stuff, or half the stuff I do on, I guess is what I meant to say. So I'm all in 2 days at once. Today's half Friday, half Saturday for me. This feels really weird. Anyway, yeah. So that's why I'm all off-footed. But don't worry, by the time we get to the worship service and the invocation, I'll be totally fucking chill. Scouts on it. Okay, so that's $0, placebo. The postcards, have I talked about those yet? Okay, so a lot of people, they don't like, they just listen to this and then they tape it so that they don't have to help out, like, YouTube anymore. Like, they really hate YouTube and they're off the grid, and so they just listen to it live and record it live onto a tape. We don't get any, like, ad revenues from that. But if you are doing that and you send us $1 a month, we'll send you out these postcards that you can fold up and put into the jacket there of the cassette tape that you're using, so that you can keep your library up to date. Because it's cool that you're bootlegging it. Like, there's nothing we can do, eh? We'd like to sell you the fucking tapes of it, and we'll talk about that later with the USB. Hold on, I'm gonna write this down. It's all complicated, but, we've been going over it in these meetings, and they're like, you've got to get the word out, otherwise we've got to monetize the procedurals. I don't know, they get weird. So, again, triple apologies for this. Anyway, back to the postcards. That's at $1, right? That's pretty low, $1 a month. We send you out these postcards, you put them in your, put them in the sleeve. So, you've got a complete library, right? It's not really complete unless you've got the fucking official sleeve that goes in it, right? Secondly, it helps get the advertisements out there, If everyone who's bootlegging this and listening to it just sort of, has this visual cue for everyone, like, watching them, then it really gets our advertisements out there. So, it's sort of an A-B situation. Mm-hmm. So that's at $1. Let me put that on there, just to make sure I'm keeping my notes straight. So then, also at $1, we get you this karaoke stuff we do, eh? We clue you into this live stream over there on Twitch, where you can karaoke with us. We do this, like, Twitch Sings thing. So, check that out if you want to be part of that. And so then we've got these T-shirts here at $10. Every 3 months, we, like, take the money that is at $10 and we pump it into T-shirts, and then we send a T-shirt to everyone that was in that for the quarter. Did I say quarter? Every 3 months, that's a quarter, right? Mm-hmm. Quarter of a year. And so, yeah, if you would like to be part of that over there, that's the $10 level. And I think at the USB level, right, $5, we send you out USBs of everything we do, right? Mm-hmm. Fucking out on a USB drive. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's every year we send you out a USB at $5. We'll see. I don't know. We'll have the intern go over it. They know. Interns know. Is that all that I've done? T-shirts, karaoke, the placebo. Oh, and the amulets. I can get you the superstition amulet right here. Cures all your superstitions. Guaranteed no snake oil. For very low cost. It's $20. But it's $20 over a year, and I'm mailing you one out. I don't know. We'll have to put it in somewhere. The amulets are very, very expensive. I get them made special. So anyway, that's all of the fucking advertisements. Christ, that is some heavy lifting, some dry shit. Especially just sitting right here in front of this river that's, like, making me have to go pee. What's the thoughts on sending cash or money orders? To me? Yeah, go ahead. I have to talk to my bank to see how that works. Because, I don't really do the capital system a lot. But, like, the other day, I was talking to someone about, like, hey, can I get some money? And they laughed at my face. So, I really don't understand what's normal behavior around money. But I tell you what, if you fucking get cash money into my mailbox right here, my PO box, check the links below. I'll spend it, and I'll tell you what I spend it on. Right? I'll probably fucking videotape it. And if a money order shows up, I'll figure out a way to do it. Right? It's not going to be worthless. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah. All right. That's the boring money stuff. What do the amulets look like? They look like a shitty rock hanging around your neck from like a shitty string. Looks like garbage, and it doesn't look pretty or good or collectible at all. Well, the point is, it's practically magic, you know. So, it's not about the looks and the aesthetics of it. It's about how it cleanses all the superstitions out of your aura without the aid of snake oil. So, yeah. I wish that I could make them look better, and we'll be talking to some local artisans that we can get you some really good-looking ones for the low cost of like $100. Yeah. And they'll have like...
They're like all metal twisted up.
Sure.
And knots and
Yeah. We'll definitely
sparkles.
make videos about all the local offerings that we can offer to you. Rings? Would you like some rings? Offering some rings right here. Okay. That's enough business. Do check out the t-shirts though. If you want to help us out with t-shirts. We could get some good ones. Here is another piece of art right here that we're showing you that Josephine has made for our efforts. We could put it on a shirt. All of these pieces that we have in the past, if you like, that's the one. Do let us know. We're taking a poll out there on the Twitter. How's the river? How is this? Is this too loud? Is this too quiet? Let me know. What do we do now? We can't listen to a song. Normally we would have a hymn to get people in sort of like a spiritual mood.
Well, now we talk about the placebo effect and how dangerous it is.
So you're saying move on? Skip the hymn?
Yeah.
Alright, so because we can't have a hymn because YouTube is cracking down on all these religious services and demonetizing them if we put in our hymns. Hymns, for example, what would we put here? I've got my book over in the car, so I'm not going to get that.
We put Cyndi Lauper's True Colors.
True Colors, that's a good one. We'd play something like that, maybe some Sia. So if you want to go listen to that in your own time, YouTube can't stop you from that, right? And maybe we'll just listen to the river for 4 minutes here. No, I don't think that's what we're gonna do. iLesson3 Trolling is here. Welcome!
Hello.
It is the beginning of the show. Meridian Heights is also here. Hello, welcome everybody to the beginning of the show. We've gone over the fucking business for fucking, 13 minutes? Sorry. Yowzers. So if you want to catch up on that, check it out later at double speed when it's not so boring. But Joe right here is working on today's cassette cover. So if you do want that, do check out our very affordable options for that. Alright. So, placebo, we've got to talk about, the river makes me want to pee. Yeah, that's true. That is true. And I'm drinking this, very cherry cola here. Also, the thing about these, cassette cards here is there's a fold on the inside, and you can, it's perforated, so you can tear this off, and then it's 2 filters for your joints, made specially by Josephine, because she's our joint roller over here, and she makes a very, very long filter.
Yes.
And so she's going to use that space to sort of show you what you should do with your joints, and it's exactly this side right here.
Yep,
So
make them nice and thick.
yeah, so you can use this as a template for 2 joint filters right now.
Love it.
And then cut them up and roll a joint for me right now. That's what I'm trying to say.
Alright.
So, are you streaming every Friday now? You know what? I think we're going to have to commit to it. But here's the problem. It's really nice with Joe here, but it is sort of like a one-man show, because of all the work that I do, because I'm the Pastafarian arsehole. So she's just here for moral support. So I really should commit to every Friday thing. Pardon me. Because if we're looking at the more business here. If we're looking at what makes the algorithm go, right?
Yep.
Isn't it just like sticking to a schedule? And right now is a really good time to fucking stick to a schedule, or it's not. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But today, I think last week I was all like, I'm definitely going to go out, and I didn't. But today, it's so much warmer,
Yeah.
and I think that I have to get into town for something. So, I think it's a two-bird situation. And you know me and two birds. I fucking love killing two birds. Fucking two goddamn birds. Kill them both, says I. Try to do it with just one stone. So that only costs a minimum of effort on my part. Some sort of strange OCD disorder I have. I'm always killing two birds. So yeah, welcome to the show, everyone, and everyone. Joe's rolling up some J-oints right now,
Yeah.
so that's coming later.
Fanning the filter.
Yeah, filter fan, and she'll be showing you how she does that when you purchase today's purchasables. Do you think we'll ever, one desire less than three trolling, get to the point where Pastafarian missionaries hand out the gospel of flying spaghetti monster like Christians do Bibles? At least the pamphlets in the gospel that are meant to be handed out. Well, I mean, those are very two different ideas, and if you want the latter, yeah, I do that. I do hand out pamphlets, though I won't be handing anything out today because of Corona. But, I've handed out... I haven't copied specifically from the back of the gospel, that one. I suppose I should hand that out a couple times. The point is, it's like a trifold, isn't it? It's, like, so expensive. It's 8 cents each handout, whereas I do 12 up, and so that's, less than a cent each.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's double-sided, though, so... So, I don't know, the budget's almost there. But to hand out books, though, they fucking, man, to hand out the Bible, that's
It's a huge budget.
That's
that
expensive.
We're not even realizing that they have.
Yeah, when I was a Mormon missionary, I handed out fucking Book of Mormons. Books of Mormon, like they were candy. They changed them right when I went out to this very much thinner paper. So, like, all of these religious things are like publishing companies. And they're also entertainment, but like they turn into publishing companies. We'll talk about that in a minute, because I have a schedule to keep here. Publishing companies. I'm taking a note, if you can't tell.
Yeah, whatever happened to our thumbnail?
I know, hold on, let me push the thumbnail. Let me take a note of learn how to push the thumbnail. Hold on. Learn how thumbnails work. I'd hand stuff out, says Curtis Martin. Thank you, Joe, for all the help. Yeah, thank you very much. She's doing some rolling right now, just to keep you abreast of the situation.
Yeah, take it on my focus.
And I'm taking notes, and that's taking all my focus, and that's why we're very, very unfocused around here, especially on Fridays. No. On Fridays we focus. I have a list. That's what I'm saying. I start here at, here's why we're doing this. Because, it could be true that we all worship something, eh? It could be true. I'm not saying it is. I'm saying if it is, then, we should figure out what to worship. Because the point is, the flying spaghetti monster, I was talking to him, not to brag, and he was telling me that he doesn't really want to be worshipped. He thinks that being worshipped is, like, weird and, like, freaky. And, like, kind of about us. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, like, he says if that's a thing that we've got to do, he says to me, again, not to brag, not to tell you what he says, but just, just to let you know where I am spiritually, like, way up here, But, yeah, he says it makes him feel all awkward, and he'd rather that we didn't. And so, I was like, but what about us, all of us, that still would like to do that thing? What about all of us who are worshippers? What ought we worship? And, basically said that's our fucking problem, and, to get the fuck out. So, I mean, you could go have the vision if you want. If you think I'm lying, go have some visions and see if you see the same vision as me. I think you will. I think you will, man. Alright, so we are the ones with the problem of we want to worship and we've got to find something not dangerous to worship, right? The worship is a very dangerous process. And we've got to find something not dangerous. And I'm not telling you what's not dangerous, because you're the fucking meat machine, you've got to do all the homework. You can't, like, grab someone else's homework and do it, like... So I'm just telling you...
That's very true.
Yeah, should I write it down for later? Do your own homework. Do your own homework. Alright, so let me tell you what I wrote in my homework, and if you write it down in your homework, they're definitely going to know you plagiarized, you bastards. So, sorry, I'm distracted by chat, my apologies. I know than Free Trolling says, are the pamphlets like the Pastafarian version of the letters from Paul, or whomever actually wrote it? Like the letter to the Kentucky public school system, that's the thing, in it. The Kansas State school system, yeah, that's, you know, it's pretty dry as a pamphlet. You think about the sort of things that were written. Yeah. I like to emulate sort of the ones I find in the wild. You know, I would really like a chick tract to hand out, a Pastafarian sort of comic book that's got 12 pages or whatever in it with like a staple. And I would really love to hand one of those out. These money ones keep showing up where it's like, you know, some of them are trying to look like money and some are not, but most are not, I think. And then on the other side it's just words, just fucking tons of words. Really, really well printed. I'd like to have more stuff like that, like on a glossy paper in colour. Oy. But right now I like our lo-fi fucking Kinko's look a lot. So yeah, this thing that we're looking at right here, printed on Kinko's cardstock from a fucking Xerox machine, I think looks gorgeous. So, but yeah, we can hand out the letter to the Kansas school board. I think it's in there, right? In the gospel? Mine's in the car. I would go, but like you'd have to just listen to the river peeing for like 30 seconds. And the number one rule of radio broadcasting is no dead air. It can't be done. Like, that's how you lose all of your listeners. Anyway, so we are worshipful. I worship, the thing that I worship, because I'm allowed to tell you, because you're not going to cheat and take my homework, is truth, right? But also conversation, communication, okay? So those are my two things, truth and communication. I've been working on this for a while. Get the fuck out, get your own, right? If you're stealing mine, then that really goes to show that you're not even listening to me. Also, I don't want to know yours. No offense. I'm ahead of you. Like, yeah, you got a lot of cute ideas back there. You're working on yours. You're here because I'm, like, way ahead of you. Trying to catch you up. Don't worship truth in conversation. I do. Fucking arsehole. But find your own. But then, like, what is fucking worship, right? Like, how do we worship? What is that, right? Now that we know the target of it, or I know, you don't know, because you haven't done your homework yet. Again, still haven't done it. You're like, but if I find a book that's all like, got all the answers in it, I can just do it. And I'm like, yeah. Oh shit, there's a joint here, lit. Just to keep you abreast of the situation, Josephine has lit this joint, and fucking, we are fucking, headed for another place. Why don't you join us?
The little baby joint. I have finished the art.
For little babies. So these cassette J cards right here, they have a front panel which has been drawn. There's a side panel. Pardon me. And then there's a back, and there's also like the inside of all of these, and then there's the two filters, right? 1, 2. And so, you know, that's a lot of art space. So she works very, very hard on these things. You guys need to consider that this is a lot of work we're putting into this project here. And you know,
Yeah, they do. We need to consider that.
yeah, yes. Meridian Hyatt says, "I am high," with a smiley face. Well, cool.
Congratulations.
I guess you're ahead of us then. What a fool I feel for talking so brazenly previous to now. Hey, I'm going to mute this and do a lot of coughing. I'll be right back. Alright, so that's a lot of the coughing. There might be some more later. But right now, you've only done 2 panels, though, the front and the side. But let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 panels of the thing that will remain after you've used the 2 filters. And then, like, the front and the back of the filters, you know, probably the same, you know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, anyway, welcome back to the stream here. Alright. That's it for my very cherry cola for the day. I hit it hard pretty early. It's been an early morning. Alright, let's see here. So rituals. Did I get there yet? No. Worship. Worship means rituals, in my opinion. It's just my opinion, though. Worship, we can declare what we worship, but we can't really believe ourselves until we see the evidence, right? You know, because it's really, really easy to say, "But I love you," right?
Yeah.
But like, as the target of the love, you know, how do I know that, right? Like, a person who loves you and a person who doesn't love you can both say, "I love you." So how can we tell if they're telling the truth, right? What is the evidence of love, other than the claim, right? And so that's the thing that I was talking about right before this, which is, what is the evidence of our worship? How can we tell? We can claim I worship truth. Some people claim I worship love. Some people claim I worship Jesus. But, you know, how can we tell what a person worships? And I think that is what is the sort of subject of their rituals, right? So I think if you examine a human's life, or an American's life, a typical American, because there is such a thing as a normal American, and if we were to look at them, we'd see that they spend 40 hours of their week worshipping a paycheck, right? And then maybe 16 more hours traveling to that, so there's more worship, right? And so these rituals are sort of the evidence of worship. Did I declare that? Did I make that argument pretty well? Are you rolling up another joint? Good gracious, what's happening over here in Safe Word Studios? It's Friday, motherfuckers. Denver on Friday. It's fucking business time. So, everyone agrees the comic book pamphlets is an awesome idea. It is an awesome idea. You know, I wouldn't want to fucking try for the classic right away for the fucking, you know, all the Halloween ones, but that's when you would get most of the chick tracks, right? So those Halloween ones where, you know, fucking demons and witches and shit, that's really good shit. But like, stuff like, you know, stuff about the Christian conspiracy, and it's like, did you know that the fucking National Prayer Breakfast is a fucking cult? And, you know, shit like that. I don't know, I don't want to, like, come up with it. I don't want to, like, do all the work right now, because I'm doing the worship right now. Because, the rituals. Because if you go and you examine the rituals, trademark, you'll see I do worship communication and truth. Because this is a thing right now that I'm saying, that I say. Truth and communication. Did I say truth and love? Because I don't worship love. Just to be clear. I think that love gets in the way of communication a lot. But I think that communication does not get in the way of love, right? You know? Is that... Yeah? No.
Yeah.
I think I made that up. I think that's not right. Alright, so let me look at my notes. Let me see if I've done the argument. This is just some notes. I've got to write this down, right? All of these steps so that I can just get through it. Because you never know which of these episodes is going to be somebody's first episode, right? Which of these fucking worship services is the first one someone hears.
Yeah.
And so you've got to explain it all, right? From the front to the back.
And like the charlatan tricks, the tools you need to get the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a lot of information.
Lot of information we got to cram in this. And 2 joints. So how the fuck are we supposed to do all that? So, control your rituals, eh? Take control of them, or they'll control you, sort of situation. And it's really, really easy to control your rituals, you know? And I've talked during the radio show about how I've been trying to control my breathing. I'm trying to become aware of my breathing. I think I got like 6 out of 7 days that I've been working on it. We'll save that for a minute. She's done with the joint, but I think we have. I think we're gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait to smoke that little bastard. Yeah. Let's see. And one of the things that you can do is, since you need rituals, you gotta just deal with the fact you're gonna have daily rituals, you're gonna have weekly rituals, you're gonna have monthly rituals, you're gonna have yearly rituals, and you know, who knows what other cycles you're on. I don't want to predict all of them, but I know at least those, right? It just fucking happens, you know. You pay the rent, you fucking get a paycheck, you fucking stop going to work, you wake up, you go to bed, you shit. Like, all these things are on, like, these rhythms and these cycles. And if there's one thing that fucking Tesla fucking told us, it's fucking know your goddamn rhythms. I think that's what he said. Doop, check. Control your rituals. And here's me controlling my rituals. Worship service. Out here. Pastafarian worship service. In our online cult. And another blessing, here, just an aside, another great blessing from Flying Spaghetti Monster. Our online cult is immune to the coronavirus. Ha ha ha, motherfuckers. Listen, even if I had coronavirus, I could cough on you like this. You couldn't get it, right? But all of these old-timey fucking crusty cult mind control religions, they need you to fucking come into their cold stone buildings with those weird shoes on and those ties fucking tight around your neck in order for it to really take hold into your fucking addiction center. Not us, though. Eh? We don't need that sort of abusive type of shit, and so that makes us immune to corona. So, you know, hopefully Flying Spaghetti Monster did not create the coronavirus to punish the Christians, but I mean, you know, how long are you going to argue against the evidence? Because they're the ones who have to keep meeting. And can you imagine what's going to happen at Hodge? You know? Hodgepodge bagodge. When the fucking Corona. When they drinking them Coronas at Hodge. Have you seen that building at Mecca? With the clock on it? It's magnificent. It's a fucking monstrous building. And you look at it and you're like, wait a minute. That's not that big. And then it is that big. Have you seen it? And it just, like, looks over.
I think so, yeah.
It's one of the tallest buildings in the world. And it's got the biggest clock in the world, for some reason. Because if there's one thing you need to know when you're hudging, what fucking time is it, though? Anyway, not to make fun of that, but that's ridiculous. Alright. Do your own homework, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, while you're doing your rituals, make a weekly ritual, make a daily ritual, and just do a little bit of homework during that, right? Since you're going to have these rituals, you can do a tiny little bit of homework. And so, you know, because I've been talking about this daily breathing, and then I was like, shit, you know what else I do every day? I eat. And I'm like, okay, you know how I've already previously said, fucking, when there's two birds in a row, I fucking pick up a stone, right? So it's time to eat, and I'm like, right, before I eat, let's regulate my breathing, right? Let's fucking become aware of it, right? And then after 2 days, I was making everyone do it. I was like, stop everyone, stop what you're doing. We're all going to breathe right now. And they're all like, what, is this some sort of Pastafarian worship thing? And I was like, yes, and if you don't do it, you're going to hell. No, that was a joke. A little sort of acceleration of the process that I'm trying to illustrate here of like...
That's what happens after 2 generations.
Yeah, after two fucking weeks, right? It really does. Our rituals that we are developing to understand ourselves as our own homework, right, become sort of prescriptions that we're giving to other people. And it's like, no, this is what we're doing to deal with the fact that I'm a crazy motherfucker. You're a totally different crazy piece of shit, and you want to work out your own fucking shit. And sometimes, if I haven't thought about breathing yet today, I do it right before I eat. But that's not like, a prayer. But I mean, it is exactly before the meal prayer, isn't it? And then, you sell it to your kids as something that really helped you. And then they sell it to their grandkids like it's going to get them into heaven. So be careful with your rituals. You control them, right? And fucking label them very, very well. Used by this specific crazy person to overcome this problem. Double diversion. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. The problem, because I was in a company, right? And they were putting on. Okay, I don't want to talk too much about it, but the CEO loved to say, "We're a solutions-based motherfuckers," and so I think that is wrong and backwards. I think that a person should try to be a problems-based person. Yeah. Please allow me to explain. Now, before you apprise and say, hold on a moment, this goes against everything I've been taught in my capitalism classes. If we're not remembering the problems we're solving, then we just sort of worship the solution. If we're a solutions-based company, then we're fucking trying to get solutions. We're trying to sell the solutions that we've already developed. And so we're trying to convince people that they have the problem. And that's, we're a solution looking for a problem, as soon as you focus on that. And that's exactly what these religions become. Like, they are leftover solution, being all like, we helped someone, we can help you, make us relevant still, right?
Yeah.
And religion has got to be problem-oriented. You've got to be like, okay, here's my problem. And let me, triple diversion, let me tell you my problem that I'm trying to fucking solve right now with religion. Sometimes, when I'm out and about, in the wild, as it were, and I'm driving in my car, and there's a person, be it in a car or, walking, who wants to use the space that we are communally using, right? We're going to cross paths. I try to communicate to them things like, it's okay if you go right now, I'm waiting for you, right? Mm-hmm. And I try to do that, non-verbally, because of the windows are up, and nobody likes people talking out of the cars. I'll wait right here, right? There's no really verbal way to do that. And so all the non-verbal ways that I do seem to find myself employing, seem to do, exactly the opposite in some cases. Then, when someone's like, I'm like, go ahead and cross the street, I'm fine. They, look at me like I'm the weirdest thing they've ever seen, and they stop. Right? When I've been trying to communicate to them, you don't have to worry about me. I've made eye contact with you, trying to fucking, go ahead. They don't understand me. And then, the opposite is also the case. If we're crossing lanes, and I'm like, hey, I'm way ahead of you, so I'm just going to go, so you need to, slow down. I don't feel like they're hearing that at all. So... I attempt to communicate to humans, and I cannot. I communicate the opposite. And I really do think that religion can help me with that, because it has sort of the problem, I think, is at the root of it, is that I am presenting to the world a sort of very censored and twisted version of what I'm trying to, right? Because when I was a Christian, right, I took my personality and I turned it 90 degrees before I took it out, right? And the only way to, as part of my worship of communication, I've learned that, in truth, the quickest communication is the truest, right? The most effective is untranslated, right? If I translate it before I even send it to you, there's fucking no chance that you're going to understand what I meant at all, right? So, but that's, So yeah, let's see if I can come back from that triple diversion. Nope. So anyway, do your own homework, figure your shit out. And, it's time for the sermons. Maybe it already has been. Maybe I've already been sermonizing. Yes. No, there's one more thing to talk about, at least, that I don't have in my notes here. Because a lot of people are like, well, yeah, it all makes sense intellectually, schizophrenic. Like, that is the problem, is a crazy person can explain themselves pretty well. It's all logical over there in your crazy head. But how do we know if it's true, right? Yeah. I can't find any contradictions in what you're saying. What you're saying seems to make sense. There's volumes and volumes and volumes and volumes of it. And you don't often repeat yourself, except in these Friday situations. But you're just crazy. How can we know if it's true? How do we know that you're a prophet and what you're saying is right? And I don't know, I asked the Flying Spaghetti Monster, how can I prove to them? And he was all like, why the fuck would you prove it to them? Like, it's their fucking job. You already told them to do their own homework. You figure out a way to prove it, right? But, if you want one, the Gospel of Flying Spaghetti Monster, written by Bobby Henderson and his henchmen, we'll come to that later, some other day, was, talks about the newly appendage, right? So this is one of the very important things to talk about, is that some people take that as proof. That it can make sense intellectually, but then, something happens down here in, your, upper tummy situation that gets sort of warm and saucy. There's, no other way to explain it. Just sort of that the Flying Spaghetti Monster boiled for you and is, saucing it in your heart with his noodly and invisible appendages. It's obviously what's happening. And so, some people find that to be proof that Flying Spaghetti Monster is here with us, in this conversation at least. Is here as a participant, wants to, right? We've invited in the creator of this reality, and he's communicating to us through our hearts. And so, if you do have felt that before, now, or are maybe feeling it now as I speak about it, or feel it later when I invoke the creator of this reality, then you can think to yourself, now what do I do? Not only has this crazy person made sense logically, but he's made sense to me spiritually in this sort of spiritual, proto-emotional way. For, religion, and so now I'll preach a little bit, but religion is entertainment. A little asterisk here for all of our other projects that, for entertainment purposes only, much like dildos, is that right? They all just write on there, not to be inserted in vaginas, it just looks like it's supposed to be inserted. Is that right? They all just say, no, don't really do it. And so, religion does that too, right? When you call in those people who are, telling you the future for entertainment purposes only. And, it practically says that at the bottom of the tithing slip for the Mormons. Scientologists, hold on. This is a club. This is for entertainment purposes only. Religion just makes you feel good. It's not about truth, actual truth. It's about making you feel like it's truth. So, it's a show, right? Mm-hmm. So, that's okay. So this is a show, right? And the shows are fucking designed, poorly designed in this case. Hodgepodged in this case. Because I got no budget, right? Super low budget. Though we did take out $94. Pardon me. The other day. from...
Confirm that too.
Yeah. Oh man, that's exciting. Not enough for the t-shirts. T-shirts are 200, but 94, that's a good number. So, and then, after that, after they're an entertainment thing, so thank you for joining me during your entertainment hours, because, you know, that's what I'm doing. It's not like science or anything. Uh-oh, here's this joint, and it's lit. So I'm going to have to be distracted from the preaching right now. Hold on a moment. Oh shit, we've been going for 46 minutes, my producer says. Alright, I'm going to do some coughing, and then we'll come back for the invocation. I'll be right back. Alright, there was a lot of coughing, and there might be more coughing. I just felt bad leaving you by the river. Alright, so, we've talked a lot about things, and now it's time to get down to the ritual, my ritual, the invocation. The weekly ritual, invocation of the Creator of all. Going to invoke him, invite him, quab, her, you know, I don't care about that word, whatever. To be here. Something impossible, something that can't be done. And yeah, something that will happen. Hey, something that happens often. A possibility that cannot exist, again demonstrated right here for us. That which is unimaginable, that which is uncontainable, will contact us and understand, and help us to know the truth. Now, before I get into it, I do have to apologize. This often makes me emotional. I'm embarrassed about it, how long it takes. I'll just frankly say that, so that you can say, uh-oh, here he is again, being embarrassed, taking forever. Just lampshade it right now. Oh, flying spaghetti monster! Oh, creator of all things! Imaginer of dreams and time and love, spaghetti! Please, oh flying spaghetti monster, oh please! Hear our call and prayer! Please join us here in this finite space and time that we exist in. With your infinite wisdom and creativity and love and silliness. Please condescend and join us mortals here in reality for just a moment. For we'd like to speak with you, we would like to commune and communicate. We would like to make ourselves known and clear and plain to each other. that we might cooperate and coordinate our efforts for that best conceivable outcome. Oh, Flying Spaghetti Monster, please do join us as we attempt to move forward without fear into the future. Please join us as we make decisions about reality and we co-create the future that we will give to our children. Also, please remember, Flying Spaghetti Monster, to fuck right off, as your capricious fucking input is both dangerous and unnecessary. We thank you for the tools of wisdom and kindness and empathy that we have, the time to communicate, so that we may give to each other that which, as much as we can. And, oh, Flying Spaghetti Monster, we thank you for all of these beautiful gifts that we see around us, and we ask you to please keep time flowing in the way that it has been. It's quite gratuitous and helpful for the way that we do things out here. In the name of truth I say these things, and in the name of love, and in the name of Flying Spaghetti Monster. Now, Pastafarians, thank you so much for your time, and for witnessing the rituals that are happening right now. And please do take these next few moments to think about the rituals that you would perform on a weekly basis. I don't mean to interrupt or influence you, but this river sure does. Alright, Pastafarians, I have taken too long here. Been too leisurely with my weekly rituals again. I do enjoy them so immensely, like I've said many times. I'm quite susceptible to these religious ideas. They resonate with sort of a frequency, you know. I really... When someone comes up to me and says, "Hey, you want to save the world, right?" I'll be like, "Can I? Can I help save the world? Oh shit, okay. You want to help us save the world, right? Yeah, I fucking do. Hey kid, you want to fucking get all these questions right on this test, don't you? I fucking do, let's do it." So yeah, I'm really susceptible to all of this shit. And I enjoy it. So that's, I guess, my apology for taking my leisurely time, so long in fact, that real life interrupted me. My apologies. But my sincere thanks to you, Pastafarians. I don't mean to interrupt your silence and your reverie, but I do have to get the fuck out of here. So again, thank you to all of our Patroniums. You guys are very, very kind. We'll be setting up the new sauce here in eventually, and check the front of this for details. And happy Friday. Don't get corona. Fucking, stay reclusive for the next 6 months. Hide away. Fucking get them cans of spaghettis, man. It's gonna get weird. Also, remember how the Dow fucking plummeted? Man, we didn't even talk about that. Yeah, shit. Anyway, see you next week. Bye, Pastafarians. Love you. Mwah, mwah.